Okay, so today we have Gordon Lightfoot, If You Could Read My Mind. And as I do this, we are in the month of November. And of course, on November 10th, 1975, we had the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and that was a great song from Gordon Lightfoot. And I was thinking, as I was listening to that the other day, I should do another Gordon Lightfoot reaction. So here we are, If You Could Read My Mind. I'm surprised I've never reacted to it. I've only done two reactions to Gordon. So let's get into this, talk about it after. Here we go. No music video, it's just him.
You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstores sell. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. The heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script into number two. A movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real, I never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.
Oh my goodness gracious.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. The stories always end. If you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.
There it is. If You Could Read My Mind by Gordon Lightfoot. Now, this is a song. I've heard that title. I know who Gordon is, of course, a Canadian icon. But I was thinking, do I know this? Am I going to recognize it? And no, I did not notice it. Maybe I think about my life. I think about my parents never really listened to Gordon Lightfoot. So, yeah, I never came into my house. So, yeah, it's nice to see this is a true reaction and was not really familiar to me. So, so it was even more hard hitting, I guess. It makes me not want to get married. I mean, my God, not that I am in the predicament to do that right now. Anyway, I think you need a significant other to get married, I believe. But it's just, holy moly, it hits you like a ton of bricks. It's so vulnerable. It's so tender. It's a tender. I was gonna say ballad. I don't. It's a tender story about unrequited love at this point. Or not even unrequited, because it is about Gordon Lightfoot's own personal divorce. That's one thing you see when you look the song up. And I know that Gordon did not always get this vulnerable. He did not always be this honest. Again, he wrote a song about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I reacted to Sundown. But when he talks about his own life, when he talks about his own personal struggles, it just comes out so beautifully. I mean, it comes out so crisp. It comes out so honest, and you just feel the emotions that he's conveying. You feel that passion. You feel the love that he once had for this person, and the love that she once had for him, and you just feel like you're in a room with these two former lovers, and you're just looking like, oh my goodness gracious, this is sad. But yeah, it hit me anyway, and I mean, maybe it even hit me more because of my own parents who have split up in the last few years, I guess from 2022. So I think about that. I think about marriage. I think about how they don't always last, and like you said at one point, the heroes don't always win. And just comparing the marriage to a novel, comparing it to a movie about a ghost and how that's who he is now. The metaphors here are just sad as hell, but also hauntingly beautiful, you might say. And yeah, you have his deep, regretful, mournful voice, whatever you want to say there. But at the same point, like I said, his baritone works very well on this track. And it's not like it's not like he's going to town with his voice or whatever. He never really had to. His stable, normal singing voice was enough. And it conveyed so much, and you could just feel the raw vocal power that he had here. And of course, he had the great, skillful, honest guitar work behind him, which was just genius too. I mean, they really let his words and his voice take the spotlight here, which, I mean, that was the whole point. And so I really enjoyed that. And but at the same time, there was there was a melancholic feel to the instrumentation, as there should be. And of course, there was a melancholic feel to his voice. I mean, my goodness. So, I mean, yeah, there's not much positive, I guess you might say, about the song, and it's on purpose. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about the end here of a once, beautiful love, you might say, and how they can't get that back, and he doesn't understand. He can't understand, and just the way he's being so real and honest here, it seems like he really needed to get his thoughts out. He really needed to write it all down. And at least he made it into a good song. At least he took his heartache and put it into a nice song there. And of course, because I do know with his wife, he had 2 children. So again, when there's kids involved too, there's even more at stake there. And because I know a lot of people. I mean, that's a Blink-182 song, "Stay Together for the Kids," and that's how some marriages are. And I believe that's how my own parents' marriage was. So I mean, again, it's very relatable. It's very. Just thinking about the demise here, thinking about the imagery, because I can picture it myself. I can picture a divorce. Can you believe it? As I've talked about there. So it's just, I don't know, it hits even harder. I guess that's the whole goddamn point I'm trying to get to. And I want to talk about the personnel here now. But very emotional, and for good reason, like I talked about there. And nobody stepped on any toes here. Like it said, the acoustic guitar was vital. And there you go. I feel like I'm drooling. What the hell? Anyway, Gordon Lightfoot here, would you believe it? He's on lead vocals and acoustic rhythm guitar, it says here on Wikipedia. That's how they put it. Red Shea on acoustic lead guitar as well. Not as well, because he's on acoustic lead and Gordon was on acoustic rhythm. But again, just acoustic guitar work here is vital. I mean, if you had an electric guitar, it would not have the same feeling at all, would not have the same mood. Rick Haynes is on bass guitar here, and Nick DeCaro, I do believe, is on string arrangements. I forgot to talk about the strings, but the strings, whenever you have strings on a song like this, it just adds to the feeling. And even though the strings were lush and all that, again, it adds to that sad emotion that Gordon was just releasing here. And when you have strings on it, like it just said, the emotion is even more palpable. My goodness gracious. And I think about another artist I've reacted to, like Jim Croce, who he never got divorced while he was alive, of course, but he talked about his own wife in songs and talked about, some of their arguments and talked about how much he loved her. All that stuff comes to mind. And I think about that. I mean, this was around the same time. This was 1970. Jim Croce was out then still. Of course, he passed in 1973. But I think about somebody like that. Or I even think about somebody like Nick Drake. Or, of course, I think of Bob Dylan. I mean, these guys who were very good at talking about their own personal problems, and all they needed was a guitar and some lyrics, and they could just move you so well. So here we go into these lyrics now. I mean, I guess I've said everything I wanted to say there. Again, almost feeling like I'm on the verge of tears here, and I don't know. I almost want to say that was probably one of Gordon's points here, but I don't know if he wanted to make you cry. He was just, again, letting all of his emotions out. He was letting all of his feelings out, everything that was inside of his head. Because marriage and divorce, I mean, you're supposed to be together forever, and that's not how it ended, and it's a very sad state of affairs. And I did see as well, I don't know if it's true, I saw it on songfacts.com, but apparently Gordon might have cheated, or maybe his wife, I don't know all the specifics of his marriage, but there's a lot that may have happened behind the scenes as well, and so that can cause a marriage to not do so well. Anyway, if you could read my mind, love, and I love how he calls her love at the end of almost, not every line, but he calls her love a few times there, just showing that he still has some kind of feelings for this person. He still, of course, it's the mother of his children, so, you gotta have some kind of friendship or something. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark, in a castle dark or a fortress strong. The word choice here, too, his delivery of it all, his detail and his lyrics, it just, again, telling a story here. He's magic when he comes to that. With chains upon my feet, that ghost is me. And I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can't see. And it's just, it's just so much being put at you in the first verse there, and the way he sings it too. It's not like he's singing, but it's almost like that, because you can understand every word. He's singing it very, slowly or whatever. He's not going fast at all or whatever. But again, just talking about how this is it's like an old time movie. And as he would go on later there, in the next verse, he talks about just like a paperback novel. Things don't always end well. And how he feels like a ghost from a wishing well here, in this dark castle, whatever, because now that you're gone, and I don't know if he was living in a castle-like house at this time. I don't know what his money situation was like in 1970, but he's alone now, it seems like. He's got chains upon his feet, and he feels like that ghost is me. I will never be set free now that you're gone. Or also, it seems like there's points where, of course, in the song, he does seem to be maybe not happy that it's over, but he knew it was going to come, and now maybe he can be set free and she can be set free at the same time, because this just wasn't going to work, and we knew it was going to happen someday, but it's just sad that it had happened at all. If I could read your mind, love. Now, if I could read your mind. Now we change it up, of course. My God, what a tale your thoughts could tell. So now he's talking about her side, which I love. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstores sell. And I feel like the kind of paperback novels inside of a drugstore are obviously different. They can't be the same, but it's just not the same as when you go to an actual bookstore. I don't know. So it's almost like a cheap novel. I don't know. That's what comes to mind by it anyway. Just showing even more that this love didn't seem like it was going to last forever. When you reach the part where the heartache comes, the hero would be me. Oh my goodness gracious. And then the next line, but heroes often fail. Again, just showing that this marriage failed. I mean, hello. And you won't read that book again. You won't read that book again. You won't love me again because it's over. Because the ending's just too hard to take. And it's too hard to take for the both of them. It's just, it pulls at your heartstrings, especially if you've gone through a divorce. But not all divorces are terrible. Some of them, I mean, both people want out and, you can be happy as hell. But at the same time, divorce is still very hard to take for many people. I walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Just the points here, again, talking about getting burned, talking about, which goes along with many of the lines previously, the heroes often fail. My God. Enter number 2. And I think about, and I know it's almost like we're talking about a play now. Enter number 2. And, but he's number 2 now because it's no longer this person's number 1. The divorce has happened. A movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. It seems like we're harkening back to previous times, maybe old memories, when you brought the good out of me, but now let's be real. And when he says that, you're like, oh, he's about to get even more vulnerable. Holy crap, if that's even possible. I never thought I could act this way. And it seems like now he's saying, I messed up. I know I messed up. I know like I talked about, maybe it's some infidelity, whatever. I mean, he was on the road. But yeah, I knew I messed up, whatever. I thought I'd never act this way. And I've got to say that I just don't get it. It's plain as pie, if that's a goddamn saying. But I just don't get it. I don't know where I went wrong. I don't know where you went wrong. I don't know where we went wrong. Anyway, and that's the next line. I don't know where we went wrong. The feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. That feeling of love is gone, and it seems like that's the same for her, I would say, too. Then we had that last verse here with the fourth one. There was no choruses in the song either. I never really even realized. I was just taken aback by the whole thing when I was listening, but I don't think there was a need for a chorus anyway, because he's just pouring his heart out. This isn't really structured as a catchy song or whatever. He's just, again, letting it all hang out here. If you could read my mind, love, hearkening back to the first verse, what a tale my thoughts could tell. My goodness gracious. Just like an old time movie about a ghost from wishing well in a castle dark or fortress strong with chains upon my feet, but stories always end. And it seems like, again, you want to talk about a metaphor for their marriage. The marriage was going to end one day, and it was supposed to be probably by death. One of them would die, but of course it ended in divorce because the feelings are gone. They don't get it. And then we go on, and if you read between the lines, now he's getting even more serious and even more, right in your face or whatever about what he's talking about here. You'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. And from what I read, apparently his daughter, Ingrid, I do believe, said you should change that lyric to the feelings that we lack. And that's what he started doing live, I do believe, I guess from her perspective, to show that it's not just mom's fault that the marriage is gone. You also share some of the blame here. So yeah, that's a very kid-like thing to do. It's the same thing as I think. I'll say this. I live with my dad. He talks bad about my mom and vice versa sometimes. But at the same point, they share the blame in why the marriage dissolved. I mean, so that comes to mind too. Again, very relatable. And then you have where I forgot my place. My goodness gracious. Yes. Yeah, you lack. I never thought I could feel this way. Again, I thought maybe our love would last forever. And I've got to say that I just don't get it. It's as plain as day. I just don't get it. Why did this have to happen? I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. And even though you may, if you dig deeper, if you really think about what went wrong, you might not understand, okay, this is why it went wrong. But just on the surface, you're just thinking, I don't know what happened. Why did it have to end? What went wrong? Ooh, I don't know. But yeah, so obviously very much in his feelings and yeah, very much in his feelings throughout the whole thing. And the genius, again, acoustic lead and rhythm guitar work throughout the whole thing. The strings as well, again, like I say, lush and kind of luxurious, but they pack a punch too to the whole mood of this track and just make it even more of a sad atmosphere. Is that what I want to say? I almost want to say cloudy atmosphere, but just, yeah, that's the sadness that comes through here, and the emotional depth is just so important. And my goodness. So anyway, this video is too long, but there's a lot of lyrics here. He's telling a story, of course. And yeah, so I just went on and talked about my own personal life too. So there you go. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Like I said, I wanted to come back to Gordon because I was listening to a wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald because it was the 50th year anniversary of that wreck. And I said, what the hell? Let's come back to a Canadian icon today who passed away. I don't think I've reacted to him since he passed away. So rest in peace, of course, to Gordon Lightfoot. Lived a long life. And again, one of Canada's best. So there you go. So thanks for everything. I'll talk to you guys again soon.